So you want to tap along to something like that? And so when we do a setup phrase, we either tap here, what we call the karate chop, because that's what we would hit if we were going to karate chop. So we have a choice. During a setup phrase, we can tap here or use this sore spot, which is out over here. One of the things about the sore spot is that it is a lymphatic drainage point, and by gently massaging it and changing, you can stimulate the flow of lymph through your body, which to me probably accounts for a lot of postnasal drip, and you know, there's more lymph in your body than blood, and if it's moving and doing its work, then sometimes it's up here, and one area, the bottleneck would be here, and with the tension here and here, that would restrict the way of its ability to flow back out. And there's glands we could actually massage here and here for. There are lymphatic drainage massage techniques, but I think doing this is definitely going to help as well. Both either side, and I would suggest that if you don't get addicted to one. Most of the time, I'm going to do this because I'm so healthy, my lymph system is. Yeah.
So what is on the karate chop point, there's no lymph there, is there?
No. So this would not be a benefit from tapping here.
Okay, so why are you going to be tapping there?
Because Gary said so. And Roger. And, it is on a meridian, and while we're tapping here, we've gotten into this habit, there's a couple of things. One is if you use the setup phrase, which some people don't, and then sometimes I don't. But if you do it, it's like if you're learning to play tennis, ride a horse, play golf, repetition, physically and mentally, we begin to respond Pavlovian. So I think I can't tell you this exact point in acupuncture, why, because I don't care. But you can find it. I have charts at home. If you want to call me at home and we can go over it, I could tell you why then. But this, in a group setting, is often easier. And also remember, when you're tapping, there are meridians that end in the fingers, and when if you were tapping here, you're still stimulating these. So when you're tapping on a point here, you're stimulating this and these meridians as well as this one.
So are you saying these points here, instead of tapping, you're rubbing?
I would, yeah. You're just gently, sort of gently massaging. It's not like, you know, to the second knuckle. Yeah, but it's called a sore point. We'll go here. Yeah. And yeah.
So about the setup phrase, because you seem to have a different approach than Gary has on the first DVD.
On the first, you see him later.
Okay, so that's where, because what you're saying is make it bigger, not just a simple statement, include more into it.
Yeah, experiment, play. I think, you know, when I learned to do massage and to body work, I volunteered in groups like this. There's a particular woman on the West Coast who had people like 80 to 100 people in the workshop. I have my table at the back, and I would, in 3 or 4 days, work on all of them. And you know, so in a couple of months, I had 200 or 300 bodies that I could, oh, this is similar, that's not. So the doing it was really important. And the more you do EFT, the more you're going to flow with it. And one of the things that Gary talks about is you can do EFT, it can be done by you and it can be done through you. So through you means you get out of the way. So I was thinking about this recently because we had to redo our notes with Gary's website. And I've done over 1,500 sessions of EFT and about 1,000 coaching sessions without EFT before I had it, and between 800 and 1,000 bodywork sessions where I was interacting with people emotionally and that kind of thing. So things, you know, I've been attuned a certain amount to just get the heck out of the way and let it come. And when I do the setup phrase, I may, you know, I don't take notes, I just let it come out. And sometimes people are going, well, how did you know that? Or, and I usually preface it by saying, if I'm, you know, if I use the word hate and you mean don't like, use that. And if I'm right off, you know, just say, no, it's more this. So you have a lot of freedom with this. And the other thing that we, that I want to stress today is that I'm not doing the roll your eyes gamut thing. Anybody learn that? If you were to download Gary's manual or to watch the basic EFT course, and probably some of the other early ones, Palace of Possibilities, which I recommend. And in fact, I'll tell you right now, if you want to get better at this and you want to study it, he has a new certifications, academic certification levels where you watch his videos and then write exams, and they're done by him now. And if you want to get good at it, it's a good way to go. But in the early ones, there was a 9 gamut, so you'd tap through the points, and then you'd be tapping here, which is why we didn't tap this finger. We were already tapping this meridian. And while you were doing this, you would roll your eyes one way, roll them the other. You would hum and then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, happy birthday, that kind of thing. And it seems to me like a pretty effective thing from NLP now and again. EMDR uses eye movement and among other things. So it's valuable. However, in an EFT session, I find that it interrupts. And what I like about the way we do what we have been calling the shortcut, which is really the cut, is really what we do, is we do the setup phrase, we go into the points, and then if it keeps going, you go around and around. Okay, so I've told you about the setup phrase.